In a digital age where content is consumed, discarded, and forgotten within days, few films manage to rise from the archives and reclaim cultural relevance. But Flight, the 2012 drama directed by Robert Zemeckis and starring Denzel Washington, has done just that. With a modest budget of $31 million, the film was a critical and commercial success upon release, earning over $160 million globally and securing Washington an Oscar nomination. Yet, in 2025, it's not just remembered, it's trending. Flight has quietly climbed the charts on Starz, becoming one of the most watched films in America this month. And it's not because of a marketing push or anniversary. It's because audiences are rediscovering its emotional power, its haunting realism, and the magnetic force of Denzel Washington's performance. The film opens with turbulence, not just in the sky, but in the soul of its protagonist. Captain Whip Whitaker is a seasoned pilot, confident and composed, but hiding a dangerous secret. He's an alcoholic. When a catastrophic mechanical failure threatens the lives of everyone on board, Whip performs a miraculous crash landing, saving nearly everyone. He's hailed as a hero. But the truth that he was intoxicated during the flight begins to unravel everything. What follows isn't just a legal drama, it's a character study, a descent into denial, guilt, and ultimately, redemption. Audiences in 2025 aren't just watching Flight for thrills, they're watching it for truth. In an era where mental health, addiction, and accountability are front-page conversations, Flight feels more relevant than ever. It doesn't glamorize its hero, it exposes him. It doesn't offer easy answers, it demands hard ones. And at the center of it all is Denzel Washington, raw, vulnerable, and unforgettable. The resurgence of Flight isn't just about nostalgia, it's about resonance. It's about a film that dared to tell the truth, and a performance that refused to be forgotten. Denzel Washington has played kings, cops, and killers. He's won Oscars, headlined blockbusters, and defined generations of cinema. But Flight is different. It's not his loudest role, it's his quietest, and that's what makes it devastating. As Whip Whitaker, Washington strips away the polish. He's not charming, he's not heroic, he's broken, and he knows it. From the first scene, there's a tension in his eyes, a man who's mastered the art of pretending to be sober, pretending to be in control, pretending to be okay. Washington doesn't play Whip. He becomes him. The slurred speech, the shaky hands, the moments of rage and regret, they're not performed. They're lived. And when Whip finally confesses, in one of the most emotionally crushing scenes in modern cinema, Washington delivers a monologue that feels like a confession from the actor himself. "I'm drunk now," he says. "I was drunk then." It's not just a line, it's a surrender. Critics called it one of the best performances of his career. Roger Ebert said it contained one of the most terrifying scenes he'd ever witnessed. But what makes it timeless is how it resonates. Because Whip isn't just a pilot, he's every person who's ever lied to themselves. Every person who's ever chosen escape over truth. And Washington, with his unmatched gravitas, makes that pain visible in 2025. Audiences are watching Flight, not just to see Denzel act, but to see him bleed. And that's why it's trending, because in a world of spectacle, Flight offers something rare: honesty. It's a reminder that vulnerability is strength, and that the most powerful performances aren't always the loudest. They're the ones that whisper the truth. While Denzel Washington anchors Flight, the film's emotional weight is shared with another powerhouse, Don Cheadle. Known to younger audiences as War Machine in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Cheadle brings a quiet intensity to the role of Hugh Lang, Whip's lawyer. He's not flashy, he's not dramatic, he's surgical. And in a film filled with emotional chaos, Cheadle is the calm. Their scenes together are electric. Cheadle's restraint against Washington's volatility creates a rhythm, a push and pull that drives the narrative. He's the voice of reason, the man trying to save Whip from himself. And in the final hearing scene, when Whip chooses truth over freedom, Cheadle's silent reaction speaks volumes. No words, just respect. In 2025, with the MCU dominating pop culture, audiences are rediscovering Cheadle's range. He's not just a superhero, he's a dramatic titan, and Flight proves it. The chemistry between Washington and Cheadle is a masterclass in casting. To actors at the peak of their craft, elevating each other, and reminding audiences that real drama doesn't need explosions, it needs truth. Cheadle's presence also bridges generations. For younger viewers, he's a familiar face. For older ones, he's a reminder of what nuanced acting looks like. And in Flight, he's the perfect counterbalance. The man who doesn't just challenge Whip, but reflects him. Their dynamic is more than legal strategy. It's emotional warfare, and it's riveting. Flight isn't just a movie, it's a mirror. It reflects the struggles many face, but few admit. Addiction isn't portrayed as a plot device, it's a disease, a demon. And Whip's journey from denial to confession is one of the most honest portrayals of substance abuse in mainstream cinema in 2025. With conversations around mental health more open than ever, Flight feels prophetic. It doesn't offer easy redemption. Whip loses everything: his job, his freedom, his reputation, but he gains something more valuable: honesty. And in the final scene, when he speaks to a group of inmates about his journey, there's a quiet power. For the first time in my life, he says, "I'm free." That line hits harder now than it did in 2012, because freedom isn't about walking out of a courtroom. It's about walking out of denial, and Flight captures that with brutal beauty. The film also challenges the idea of heroism. Whip saves lives, but he's not a hero. He's a man who made a miracle while under the influence, and the film doesn't let him off the hook. It forces him and us to confront the complexity of morality. Can someone be both a savior and a sinner? Flight doesn't answer, it asks, and that's why it endures. In a culture that often seeks redemption through headlines and hashtags, Flight offers something deeper. It shows that redemption isn't public, it's personal, it's painful, and it's worth it. 13 years after its release, Flight is more than a film. It's a legacy, a reminder that cinema can be both entertaining and transformative, that stories rooted in truth will always find their audience, even if it takes time. Denzel Washington's performance remains one of the most studied in acting schools. Don Cheadle's quiet brilliance continues to inspire. And Robert Zemeckis' direction, restrained, focused, and emotionally precise, proves that storytelling is about choices. The choice to show pain, the choice to embrace silence, the choice to let characters fall before they rise. In 2025, as Flight climbs the streaming charts, it's not just nostalgia, it's relevance. New audiences are discovering it. Old fans are revisiting it. And everyone is reminded that some films don't age, they evolve. So when you see Flight trending, know this: it's not a fluke. It's a testament to the power of performance, to the courage of storytelling, and to the truth that even in a world of superheroes, sometimes the most powerful story is about a man who finally tells the truth.